are on Twitch again today. It's a viewer suggestion. Let there be twitching, I guess. That doesn't sound right. Let the twitch begin. Let's do some art. Let's get things cleaned up. There we go. Lock that. That looks good. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? It is the viewer suggestion. I was Lude. Lewis Druid. That's good. That's good. I did not get that much sleep last night, but that's okay. I stayed up way too late fiddling with the mask project, which is on its way, and it's looking pretty awesome. I did a second pour, and I learned a lot of good lessons from the first one, and I've learned a lot of good lessons from the second one. So the next time I do it, it's going to be awesome. But I do need more resin. So today we're going to see if we can get some sponsorship from the fine people. We might do I don't know if I should do a Kickstarter for $200 to get more resin. Like that's a thing. That's a thing we could do. And then people could get a version, their own mask. But I think we need to talk about that a little bit because I don't know if people would like. You can see the little version of the mask down there, the purple version. I don't know if people would want me to paint it or if they just want to paint it themselves or what. Like, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of options there. But for the most part, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with the way the mask turned out. There's a resin pour of the Rook mask, which is my my icon logo. I also think I want to do some just like plaster casts of it and just send those off as like wall hanging pieces. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, so there's a lot of options to do there. But that's what we're going to be taking donations for today to see if we can get more resin and more supplies, so we can do some plaster, some resin, and then some just generic shenanigans with more casting. I would like to make a plaster cast of this first, just so that if it does, my mold ever breaks, I can just make another cast of that one. So that's going to be the other things, but we're going to try to save up for that. Besides that, it's viewer suggestion, so if people want things drawn today, let's draw some stuff. I think that'll be awesome. Some little artifacts there. I'm going to have to sand that later. I'll stop fiddling with that. That's going to be there for a while, so that's no problem. Eventually we'll get this live cam going and people can actually see the stuff I'm working on. Let's get Discord back open. Bri, welcome. Did we post all the photography stuff in the voice channel chat? Nice. No, that's fine. That's what it's for. We were talking about stuff, and that's fine. Maybe can you draw a super halfling? It's half the size of a normal halfling. So, no? That's just a no? I always have this problem when people are like, can you draw a small this? It's like, well, without context, it's just going to look normal size. But you can pretend it's half the size of normal. So, we can do some kind of gnome, though. Plus, halflings are just like tiny people, so if a halfling out of context just looks like a normal person. Hashtag Elijah Wood. Let's start off with a good rugby drawing. Hello again. Switched to the computer. No problem. No problem at all. I've been trying to draw rugby in like a different pose every day this week. I mean, I guess it's only Wednesday, but I've been trying. I don't know if I want to share that information with people. I'll think about it. I did a weird commission last night for someone, and it was really funny, but also I don't know if I want credit or not. It wasn't lewd or anything. It was weird. It was funny. I'm sure it'll show up eventually today. Got turned into an emote. So there's a secret emote out on the internet right now that I did. Let's see if people can find it. Wow. There we go. You gotta get the WoW rugby. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe Kickstarter's not the way to do it. I hate that places like Kickstarter take money from you. I don't know how to like. Can I start my own crowdfunding platform? Dalcor, can we get on that? Can we set? We just need it. We need to create a PayPal fund for art. That's what we'll call it. The PayPal fund for art. And it just. Yeah, they take like 3%, I think, which is frustrating. Oh, and have people. Yeah, that's true. Because I guess even if you're like writing a check, you still have to pay for the stamp. So there's no way around it. Yeah, go crypto, I guess. I don't know if I want to go crypto. Well, not really, because the only way to cash out crypto, you still have to go through like PayPal or bank. So there's still some transference fee there. Halloween Candyman resin for Rook masks. How does one make a donation? Just going right to the PayPal. It will it should track that. So currently I'm trying to figure out if we can get enough people that want masks or just want to support it to get the I think $250 is what, or $225 is what I worked out. That will get all of the resources for the plaster and the resin masks, and then I should be able to send off a few of them to the people that do that without having to worry about the that should include the shipping, because these are pretty light. They're just big, so I have to put them in a box. But I have some boxes already, so. Yeah, it did. Yeah. No, I got what you guys are saying. Yep, that's better. It's with PayPal, it's all about how the thing is transferred. I'm pretty sure. I think Inferno was right about the credit card is basically being charged. So if you're sending money from PayPal to PayPal, yeah, there's no problem. I don't think there's a fee for that, especially if it's a PayPal to your own bank account. There's also not a fee, which is nice. It's just there's always usually a transference fee if people are putting money from somewhere into PayPal costs money. Unless you're doing it from bank to PayPal to person to bank, which that's a thing. That's a way to do it. And that's why I think PayPal is better than say Kickstarter, because Kickstarter just charges you a flat fee. 100. Yeah, Kobolds. A Quaggoth College of Swords Bard. Hell yeah, you can. This is great. I like that idea, Colin. Yeah, so that's pretty similar. Because I think that's something people don't realize as well. Like PayPal, I do a lot of my commissions through PayPal. So that way people are like, oh, I don't have a PayPal account. It's like, it's fine. I'm just going to send you an invoice, and then you can just pay me however you want. And that does take a tiny... Oh, hell yeah. I heard frogs croak. Thank you, Noobish. Thank you, Noobish, for the $10 donation. That should be enough to fund your mask, and I don't have to mail that one, so that's nice. Yeah, kobolds. More kobolds. I'll do some push-ups. That's $10 and some. The emote's a great emote. 2, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. All right, those are push-ups for the day. I do wanna change some of these emotes up so they like when they come on the screen they like pop their heads out and be like, meh! I think that would be really funny. So that's on the list for sometime this week. What if Rugby's just got boots? Boop, boop. But yeah, if you do want to sponsor a mask, let me make sure I get your information, and we'll make sure we can figure that out. Otherwise, I'll just, if we get enough money to get this started, that should fund a few masks, and then those will go up on the store that people can buy then, if you want to wait and see what they look like. Because I would like to do a run of like painted ones and like non-painted ones, so like people can paint it themselves. I think that would be a really cool thing to do, and then even have something to the effect of like, let me send you, if I can make them really cheap, like really, really thin versions, so it's just a blank, like send those out to people and have them paint them. And that would be a fun, like, kind of community project. So I have lots of ideas. I think it'll be really fun. I just gotta get it going. And I'm glad I actually got the mask done, because it's been sitting on my table to do for, well, since March. So it took a little while. It took a little while to get off the ground.
Thank you, Mask, for donating $50.
Thank you, Mask, for donating $50. Mask! I don't know what that means or who that was, but thank you. Thank you. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll work our way up to it today. I have to do 50 push-ups for that. I just realized. I didn't think about this. I'm trying to do 250 push-ups today. Rugby looks like a mouse today. He does look like a mouse today. That's a little weird. Is this too mouse-bee? Is this too much mouse-bee? Let's do some push-ups. 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 1, 2, 3, 24, 25. Oh. 6, 7, 30. I'm going to pause at 30 for a second. Hey, Rook, how are you doing? I'm doing all right, Mr. Sai. I'm doing push-ups. Doing push-ups today. I should probably get the push-up counter going on there. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17. All right. Do you feel the burn? Oh yeah. The burn is felt. A hype train? We're starting a hype train? Uh-oh. I said I'd put the mask on if we got a hype train, but I don't have the camera set up. That's not good. Mistakes were made. More kobolds. More kobolds. Oh god. I don't know how many more I got in me. More push-ups. Choo-choo! Do more push-ups. Hype train! Hype train! What? It's you. Whew. I didn't think about it before. But like... I can't read because I took my glasses off. So I could put the mask on. One more kobold! Oh boy. Holy crap. We need a push-up counter today. I've decided. We need a push-up counter. Text. Okay. Add text source. No, that's not what I wanted. New. I haven't started any drawings yet today. We've just been... Dang. Add source. Push-ups. How many have we done so far? I did 50, and then I did 10, so that's 60. 7, 2, 3, 4. It's only 64 push-ups today. Weak sauce. I'll do more. So far. Oof. I might have to go get more water. No problem. Thanks for hanging out, Doc. We'll check you later. Yeah. Look at all those emotes. Those are great emotes. Is the heart emote available, or is that not accessible to everybody? I don't know where to put that one. I wonder how much. let's just get this started. I need to stop fiddling around with rugby. Is that Eminem? Who's that picture? Okay. Oof. So many hearts. I love it. I love it. All right. I want to get that thing that makes the emotes bounce on the screen, but I don't know how to make that work. I think it might be a Nightbot thing. And I don't have Nightbot. But maybe I need to get Nightbot. Super Halfling. Welcome back. We're going to go like mostly goblin is how we're going to draw this person. We're going to give him a shield. So I think that's funny. That's bad. I don't like the shield. I take back the shield. Viewer suggestion again? Yep, every Wednesday. Uh-oh, something strange has happened. Oh, I'm an Aggie. Okay. I was like, the shortcuts aren't working. What's going on? I spent so much time in Photoshop yesterday that I forgot what I was doing. So we're making a super halfling, which I think is just a gnome, but super halfling barbarian here. We're gonna make him real buff. I feel like we've drawn a human version of rugby. Eyes aren't big enough. Slightly pointy ears. Not like pointy, but... Drink posture check. Why am I so far away from the computer? That's weird. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what has happened. Oof, boy. Oh, boy. Maybe we'll shave the head. Maybe he doesn't need hair. Maybe he's got a mohawk. We'll do a mohawk. There we go. The most accurate rook picture ever drawn. Rook, can you draw a gnome with a backpack wearing the mask and no shirt and sweatpants? Can you draw a gnome with a backpack wearing the mask with no shirt? Is this your mask again? Am I just drawing more of your characters? Oh, I'm sorry, Buttermation. I didn't see your chat in the Discord because I was on Twitch. Let's see. No character idea. Okay. Mr. Sai. Ellen Belly Dancer with eyes that glow light blue. I usually don't do the color, but we can definitely do an ill belly dancer. A dancing bard. Gnome. Mask. Backpack.
Thank you,
No, you can do
Sierra
color all you want.
Tuzon, for donating $10.
Yeah,
Hydrate
thank you,
and
Sierra.
Check your posture.
Hydrate and check your posture. I did. I'm doing both. I'll check. I haven't drunk yet. I'll do that. Ellen Belly Dancer. 10 push-ups. Here we go. There we go. 1, 2. Okie dokie. Thank you for donating to the mask fund. We will make that work. I don't like saying mask fund because that sounds like a foundation. This is definitely us being selfish and wanting to make masks because they're cool. Push up. 74. Hey, we're getting there. Whoops. Done. Okay. Oh, why did I have to draw? I have to draw a gnome now too. This is gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. Gotta get back to the Discord. Let's do this. Give him a skull belt. And then make sure we know that he's tiny. We'll give him a big old, like just wood chopping axe. Like, doesn't look like he can wield it in any way, shape, or form. But somehow he do. Somehow he do wield it. The handle's way too big for his tiny little hands. We'll give him Popeye arms. How's that? That'll work. Just nothing but top. Only those beefy arms. No leg day. No leg day. Knee-high boots. How's everybody doing today, by the way? You are now officially a mask maker. I've been making masks for 10 years. This is just my first resin mask. Usually I make them out of wood. Made them out of wood, made them out of plaster. Made them out of clay. Halflings should probably have some beard. Good mutton chops. Mutton chops and a mohawk. That sounds about right. Do something like that. Give him the girdle. Why Sugby? I think Rugby already has a nemesis, doesn't he? What? Is it Pugby? I think Pugby is the... I don't think it was Pigby. Yeah. I'd have to find all of these sketches. I haven't done a resin mask yet. I've done some wood, clay, foam. Both hands and hard and soft. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Quaggoth is another one of those bugbear things, I think. Right? I feel like we drew a Quaggoth bard last time, and maybe we did a warlock last time. And I think Druid drew it. I think I didn't. I think I've done one. People keep suggesting the same things. Which is not bad. I mean, look, there's definitely... Maybe I need to do a Quaggoth video. Is that what people are trying to tell me to do? Or did Mr. Rex do one, and that's why everybody thinks they're awesome now? Things seem to like ebb and flow in that direction, where someone will talk about something and it's like, holy shit, that's awesome. And then we all need to talk about it because it's now in the lexicon of thought. I'm not good at jumping on those bandwagons. I'm always behind. So maybe I need to jump on this one. I don't know if I like Quaggoths yet. I gotta look them up. I gotta wait. I just gotta look at what Mr. Rex did like 5 years ago, and then I'll do those. Speaking of Mr. Rex, I think he's doing a giveaway with Describe. So if people haven't checked that out, go check that out. Link down below. Oh, no, actually, Mr. Rex was already being sponsored by them. Yep, nope. I'm just following in the wake. Just following in the wake. Okay, so this Quaggoth, because he's a Grouchy Gus, does like slam poetry. So I'm going to give him a big old scarf. That's what's going to make him a bard. He's going to have a big old scarf. I think they have pointy ears, right? Buttermation, what are you talking about? Who is a rogue, not a bard? Okay. Your suggestion is 4th on the list, so it's going to be a little minute. Is that what you were talking about? Your belly dancer is a rogue, not a bard? Okay, I'm going to keep drawing this. Certainly asking for it because I love them, but I've never heard of Mr. Rex, dude. Mr. Rex or Mr. Rex. Fair enough. That's great. Okay, cool. We're ahead of the curve. Take that, Mr. Rex. That means I have to. That means I have to get on the Quaggoth train. Apparently. Why you should play an Underdark, an Underdark bugbear. I was going to say underbear, but that doesn't sound right. Sounds like a terrible pun. Maybe not the slam poetry, even though that's funny. Maybe they're just like maybe they just read really depressing stuff. Like they just read Edgar Allan Poe at the enemy. I guess that's still poetry, right? That still counts as poetry. Just reading like Jack Frost quotes. Jack Frost. Oh no. Crap! Someone help! What's the famous Frost poet? Robert Frost. Yeah, no, there's definitely a that's something I have to deal with. Being in both the Discord and the Twitch stream is difficult, and so it's gotta watch either both or pick one and hang out in it. Generally, what people do is they don't type in the Discord. They type in the Twitch chat and just listen in on the Discord. But you also get my audio either way, so it's up to you. You can also mute me on Discord and then listen to the Twitch chat, but either way. Robert Frost for some vicious mockery, I think would be pretty funny. I did say Jack Frost, yeah. I keep thinking Shoggoths, which are those weird, giant, squiggly nightmare demons from Lovecraft. So there's Shoggoths, and then there's Quaggoths, and then there's Quasits, which Quasits are little tiny eyeball demons that summon themselves and are a pain in the ass. Because the only thing a Quasit can do is summon more Quasits and fly around the room invisibly. So that's fun. Drop Bugbear variant would be... A drop bear variant would be fun and scary when you're in the Underdark. That would be very terrifying. An Underdark koala. Nobody wants that. Nobody. I don't remember that one. But we have had a bunch of Quaggoths lately, so... Did they get re-released in a new monster manual? That would be interesting. I know they've been dealing with all... Yeah. I'm going to give him a big poofy sweatshirt. He's a literary bard. That's what it is. Wait, was he supposed to be a College of Swords? Dang it! Hold on. Hold on. I done donked this up. Alright, I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him the poofy sleeves. And then this will make him Shakespeare-esque. Here we go. We'll turn this into a poofy collar. Not a and then we'll give him like a rapier. That actually still is really funny. Start just slinging Shakespeare insults at your enemies. I'd be down for that. Too relatable. They read shopping receipts and then complain about the commercialism. That would be pretty funny. What, do you work at Walmart? Yes, I do. Dick move. We're... Oh, I thought it was just going to be nothing but memes. Which would kill me. I would... A boulder falls from the sky. I wasn't going to stop you because I thought it was funny and I wanted to see what was going. That's fair. Kami, I appreciate that. Strawberry Bros? Strawberry Bros? Thank you for the follow. How are you doing today? Welcome to the chat. It is the viewer suggestion. If you have a D&D character you'd like me to sketch up, feel free to throw that in the chat. This is still pretty good. I challenge you to a poetry slam-off. The loser gets stabbed. Wait, what? Poetry slam. Here, let me hit you with my verse first. And he just picks out like a big mallet that says verse on it. I didn't agree to this. I summoned chicken. Okay, I think that's probably where we'll stop this shenaniganry before it gets too out of hand. I'll put a slug between your shoulder blades and see you through what light yonder breaks. All right. What, you egg? And then stabs him. All right, here we go. Let's see. We got Mr. Sai asked for a gnome masked bard. No, backpack. It's a gnome. A naked gnome with a backpack wearing a bear mask. I feel like if you have the backpack, you have to be marching. Like, just like, let's go. Time for adventure. We'll give him... What kind of weapon should this guy have? Sweatpants? Cloth pants. Alright, we're going fantasy pants. Big old baggy adventure pants. Here we go. Maybe some belts. Man, I love parachute pants. I didn't when I was young, but now I do. Get out. It didn't fall hard. It was a slow fall. It was a slow fall into the parachute pants. All right. Now I'm going to get out. I'm going to quit. I'm done. I'm deleting my YouTube channel. That was too much. Mr. Sai, I can't remember if your mask has horns or not. I know my mask has horns. It's supposed to be a bear mask, though, I think. I don't remember if there's a nose. Because he's a gnome. All gnomes' hair has to go up. And I think it's because they're so short, there's just nowhere else for it to go. So it just, whoop. Gnome hair just goes poof. All right, big old bedroll. Oh, I'm not sure. Probably dimension 20, I would guess. No nose or small nose. Right now, Lars is playing a goblin named Spargle. And I don't know how to deal with Spargle. Spargle. Give him the sweatpants here. Boop, doop, doop. Let's go all the way down. Let's go all the way down to the leg. All the way down to the leg. Let's have the pants go all the way to the leg. That's probably a good idea. I think that would... Everything I'm saying makes... Bare ears. That's it. That is a good description of Dragon Ball Z. My dad used to hate that show. He's like, why is everyone yelling? I'm like, I don't know. The show's too angry. And I was like, bullshit, the show's too angry. And I'm like, maybe you're right. Okay, we'll color that in there. I don't like his leg. That's a really high march for like even for marching for gnomes. Like that's a high. I don't know if you guys have played Final Fantasy 11 or Final Fantasy 14, but the Tarutarus are little potato people, is what they're described as by the community. Very puntable. That's not what I've heard, but that's fair. Little Tarutarus are pretty cute. Little potato people. They don't necessarily walk. They do this. Yep. Everything they do is just like tippy topping. Like doop 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 doop. And put their hands up and just like da 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 da. That's pretty funny. They're also one of the most evil like race in the universe. It's really strange. Yeah. Like that's not me being like, oh, they're evil. Like that's the lore. The lore is that they were super super evil, tried to take over the universe, got their asses handed to them, and decided to just become like the commerce nation, which is not. None of that is made up. That is the lore, and it's very strange. Yeah, I'm so evil. It's like, all right, great. When in doubt, buy them out. Okay, we got a hammer. We got the mask. We got a backpack. Time for adventure. I'm going to wrap that up. I think it's kind of wrapped into the backpack. There we go. That was a good Warforged, though. It had a lot of detail. These are all you know, they're sketchy, that's what it's about. Today's all about sketchiness. Unfinished mask hanging from the backpack. Sure, we'll put a little, just like blank. Some sketch marks on there, like he's writing notes. There we go. Okay, little gnome on an adventure. Happy day. All right. Whoops, I just deleted it. That's not what I wanted. New tab. All right. Elven Belly Dancer. Love it. F. No, it's still there. Oh, don't worry, it's still there. I undid it. It's still there. I'll put it in the Discord later. All right, Elven Belly Dancer. I'm gonna have to like call forth my Star Wars imagery. Let's see if That's it. We don't have any more. That's it. We're done for the day. Yep. You want to draw an Elven Belly Dancer? You can. Halloween Candyman. I think you tipped something, but you didn't suggest anything. Would you like something drawn? I also know Sierra hasn't made a suggestion today. She also tipped something, so she's got one. Anyone else in chat, if you'd like to see me or Druid draw something that's D&D related, feel free to suggest that now. Goblins are a winner. Oh man, I'm sorry, I missed the Discord chat again. It keeps getting closed whenever I click on the Twitch chat. If they an elf bard, you wouldn't incur years of wrath with them. I love elf bards. Goblins are pretty great. Goblins are winners. Pretty low. They basically fall over. I hate goblin artificers because they've been done to death. I actually have not seen any goblin artificers. I've drawn a few. Definitely drawn a few here, but like I've never played one. Never seen somebody play one. I did have a goblin alchemist, which is pretty close, I guess. That's fair. But they're all about that kaboom, you know? Burn, 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 baby. Bonus fire damage. Symmetra from Overwatch. I do not know if I know that her clothes. I played a lot of Symmetra, but I don't know if I ever wore her actual costume. Like I always picked the other skins. A tenant dragon. A dragon that lives in your basement is what that is. Druid, my suggestion is you draw whatever you like. Mr. Sai, you already had a suggestion. Druid, don't draw anything. Don't draw. Oh no. Stays blank. Slug barbarian that favors a slingshot weapon. How does a slug... You know, that's not my job. My job's not to answer that question. Slug barbarian. Writing it down. Slingshot. I gotta actually have some cool ideas for that, but I don't know if they'd work. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking of the flail snail with the giant catapult on his back. But once again, the snail can't use that. So it becomes like, it either becomes artillery or it becomes a mount. Which I think that both of those are fine. Those are fine, fine examples. But still funny. Still funny. That's not how boobs do. What have I done? I've made this... they're enough. It's fine. I've made them very, very long. It's a very long person. Drew, you did that the other day. You saw how many heads tall something was. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a little different with those. 6, 7. About 7.5. So I'm not too far off. It's not too bad. I'm a druid. I'm a superhero. It's fine. I played some... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, I think most Marvel superheroes are 8 to 9. Is that right? 8 to 9 heads tall. But they also have really tiny heads. Like, it's just like, hey, let's draw Superman. No, I didn't. I did not. Please, I just I did not close chat. It's fine. So is this a mount or does it sit on a trebuchet? Just be careful if you are yeah, if you're be careful because Arcane Forge will steal our. Yeah. So okay, that's really loud. I'm gonna beep. There we go. So do you mount it or do you sit on the trebuchet? That could be, yeah. Is it like a projectile launch pad or do you actually have like a seat for it? That's the real question. Do you sit on a mounted seat that has the trebuchet as like an action, or is it like a platform where you'd have like 5 or 6 guys standing on top of it, mounting the trebuchet? That doesn't sound right. Arming the trebuchet. That would be the way to look at it. Monkey goblins, that would be pretty good, yeah. Are you doing the Trent Dragon? Okay. Is it a Trent Dragoon? All right, here's what you do, Druid. The way to save this is just give it a really smooth head, and then spikes everywhere. And then a lance. Dragoon. Be right back. Okay, no problem. Let's do really long whippy hair. You're just assuming that we're doing all the drawings. That's pretty funny. I don't know if that is quite right. I think that arm might be hidden. No, it should probably be over here. Crush it. Yeah, that was always something really funny about Final Fantasy Dragoons. Like, at least, sorry, Final Fantasy, like, 11 Dragoons. Because there was, once again, the Lalafels or the Taratarus are the same race. They're just named different. Look like little potatoes. And then it's like, hey, guys, check it out. I'm a Dragoon now. And they have this little lance. And then it's like, or you could play a Galka, which is a big old rock guy, and he's just like, hey, how's it going? They do the same damage. Jumping out of the sky, they do the same damage. It's fine. Final Fantasy rules. They also jump the same height, which is great. When you hit the spacebar, they both go boop, the same height. The Lalafels just jump their own height, and the Galkas are like, eh. So, always funny. Game mechanics. Welcome back. Maybe I don't want to do the braid. Maybe I want to do like free-flowing hair. I like the idea that elves don't cut their hair, and so when they get to be like 100 years old, they just have this super long, flowy hair. Have I talked about elven hair ropes yet? Okay. it's still, I don't know why that boggles my mind. It's like, oh, lore. I found lore. I found lore in a weapon or in an item. Sam was right. Samwise Gamgee's always being smart. Welcome to Lord of the Rings, the story about Samwise Gamgee. What kind of name is that? Frodo Baggins. Yeah, that's better. Pretend he's the main character. Little Wizmod, that's from, I don't remember what that cartoon is called. I haven't seen it yet, but is his head covered in gills? Is he a giant axolotl? He is blue. Luca. Drink. I should clarify. Flavor text on an item equals item lore. Yeah, that's fair. A floof. That's pretty funny. Why you should play a flump. Oh boy. Because you hate. That's the end of the video. I could make a short like that, I guess. I'm not a big pranker. I don't like pranks anymore. Oh my gosh, I can't do faces right now. Nope. Not this guy. I never really understood the connection from. So, like, The Little Mermaid, the whole story was kind of giving up the merfolk nature to be a human. But then in a lot of kind of iterations from that, wow, I can't draw right now. Can't draw faces. What, Splash had Tom Hanks in it? What was the other one? Mannequin, I guess. That's not about mermaids. But they're like, when did mermaids be able to turn into people by choice? What's like that's the thing I'm very confused about. Pathfinder has a basically like one of the spells they can learn as their like a racial trait they can swap out. Gives them they can transform their tails into legs for like an hour, which that kind of follows the movie trope of I can only be out of the water for so long. But I don't know where that came from. Because in my mind, merfolk have always been trapped in the water, and that goes all the way to like Atlanteans and in the DC universe, and like I thought that was the Greek myth for them, was that they were cursed to the ocean. I think Ponyo is a little different, but once again, that was her choice was to choose, but she was still stuck there. She couldn't stay one forever. I think it's like it feels the least Ghibli of the Ghibli films. Well, maybe that or Porco Rosso, but maybe not. I haven't seen all of Porco Rosso. Wow, that head got real big. Check that out. It's like a bobblehead. Duh. Interesting. Nice. Throwing Christianity back in there. Yeah, I've been yelled at both ways for Studio Ghibli. As far as I can tell, they accept both, yeah. And I like saying Ghibli because it sounds funny. Yeah, as long as people understand what I'm saying, I'm not going to split hairs over it. If someone from Studio Ghibli says otherwise, I will adjust myself, but That being said, it's totally a GIF. Take that, Dalcor. Posture check. Interesting. That's funny. That's really funny. All right. Elf Belly Dancer. I'm not super happy with that hand. So in English folklore, if your wife ever finds a watch and just beelines it out of there, she was a mermaid the whole time. I found it, you asshole! And then leaves. Like, oh, there you go. In Nordic mythology folklore, there's a creature called the Naken that lures people into the river by playing an instrument, usually a violin. Okay. I'm a big fan of the silkies. I'm not, but they're fucking terrifying. But that's the allure of them, right? Silkies are terrifying. They're basically gelatinous cubes or mimics that are horses, which is why you never fucking touch a horse. That's one reason. Hey, you go. Hey, you see that wild horse? Don't touch it. It'll drown you. And it's like, what? It will murder your face in the worst way possible. Man, I cannot draw hands today either. We're going cubes! Yeah, I knew that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine seeing a manatee and then being like, I saw this beautiful lady under the water. She was singing to me. And it's like, are you okay? Like, that looked like a giant seal. Like, no. She was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. She called to me. Stop drinking the seawater, man. Why can't I do this? Why can't I draw this hand? This has become my white whale. I need reference. I don't need reference. It's fine. And the pinky. There we go. That's it. That's what we're doing. We got a finger. We got fingers. We got a thumb. And a pinky. When in doubt, pinky out. That's the rules, right? When in doubt, pinky out. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go watch more Ethan Becker videos. They're great. Shout out to Sierra for no reason, because I don't think I can shout out Ethan Becker. And Sierra deserves it. So, what is that? Fun fact. In Sweden, there's a word knock, which means to swim naked. Fair enough. There you go. Okay, so that's done. What do we got next? Slug a barbarian. Here we go. That's terrifying. I don't like the ocean. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. I think the what is it? Oh man. Jonas would know this. We talked about it before. Who were the dark water fairies that are super evil? Whose names I've forgotten. I keep wanting to say the Samarillion, but that's not it. The Fomor? Yeah, the Fomorian, like they're water giants, water fae. They just want to kill everybody. That's it. That's their whole goal. Like, hey, what if we just killed everyone? That'd be fine. At least if that's what it's come to my attention to be. If that's wrong, please let me know. But super scary. Stay away from the ocean, people. You get eaten by giant trolls. Trebuchet. What was the other one? There was something else that people thought were merfolk. If the tooth fairy is a thing, could there be a bigger bone fairy? Oh yeah, absolutely. There is in D&D, yeah. I think I'm actually going to make that first shell much bigger. Yeah, I think the thing people don't realize about tooth fairies, maybe it's only in Pathfinder, but the tooth fairies in Pathfinder, they don't leave you money. They just steal your teeth out of your head. Yeah, they just eat it. And then they eat you. And they can summon new pliers even if you take their pliers away from them. So keep that in mind. Did you guys know that slugs don't have mouths like normal mouths? They're fucking gross. I have a hole full of teeth. I'm a tiny sarlacc. All right. They got all their flagellum or whatever the hell it's called. Flagellum might be a different thing. I'm going to look that up. Radula? Is a radula the little teeth? Uh-huh. I mean, I want to just give him a slingshot, but I also want to draw this trebuchet. Trebuchets are cool. When I was younger, I put those teeth in glasses of water instead of under the pillow. That's fair. I honestly don't remember. You want to switch? You want to draw the snail? That's fair. I feel like I've drawn a tire. a small tire. Gotta go. See you later. When is your next stream? Tomorrow. It should be tomorrow, probably around 10 o'clock. Might start a little early, might start a little later. I don't know yet. I mean, waiting on some commission information, and we'll see what happens. Okay, do I remember how to draw a trebuchet? I think so. Then we'll do this. Then we have a rock. I'm worried the rock's going to hit him in the head. Just like a heavy belted rock here. To counterweight. It's a counterweight. This is a bad design. I've decided this is a bad design. I'm just gonna start over. Did we say snail or did we say slug? Because slug would be really funny. I think it was a slug. Slug with a slingshot, I think is what it was. So I'm going to go back to that. Because we kind of diverted with some shenanigans, but... Slug barbarian with a slingshot. I do not like slugs. Like they're fine. I don't like actively go out and murder them, but I discovered a little while ago that most of the slugs around my house are invasive, and I'm like, oh, well, that makes you worse. I don't know what to do now. So I'm gonna like cover my whole house in copper. Rogues clear. Slingshots are a really weird thing. Because if you make them right, they're super deadly, and we give them to like 5-year-olds. I guess they're not super deadly. They can be deadly. They are dangerous. But I remember having a slingshot when I was like really, really young. Yeah. All my cousins had BB guns and 22s, and I'm like, oh, I got this fucking slingshot. Check this shit out. Mind you, I was pretty good. I was pretty good with the slingshot because I had to keep up. Pow! Yep, not the brave. There you go. A do 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 do. A do 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 do. Should we give him a 6-pack? Is that what would make it a barbarian? Super buff. Mm-hmm. If you get good with the slingshot, you're faster and cheaper than your BB gun cousins for what it's meant to do. Oh, yeah. No, I used to just walk around with my pocket full of... I bought the same BB pellets that they did, and I just launched them out there. Super good. They're sitting there pumping shit, trying to get like... I was like, pam! Pam, pam! Slingshots are great. I have like 5 slingshot spines somewhere. I just have to restring them. Oh yeah, that's funny. Okay, and he is a barbarian. I'm just gonna give him big old black eyes. So we need to give him. Is that what he needs? He needs a Rambo necklace. I think we're gonna give him some tattoos. Give him some. Give him a bandy eye stock tattoo. And then maybe he's got. Okay, check it out. Follow me here. Give him a little saddle. So that someone can ride him, and then they just shoot the slingshot that he holds in his mouth. Or we could put more rubber bands on his eyeballs. Give him more abs. I think he has enough abs. I kind of want to draw the Tread Dragoon. Yes, they are. I think the Dragoons are supposed to be non-swallowable dragons. That being said, they get eaten all the time. Alright, a rideable snail with a slingshot. That's what we've done. I regret nothing. It's pretty good. It's wrong, but it looks good. Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. I think the Final Fantasy treants look like this. Just like Inferno posted some bullshit. Is what Inferno posted. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 is not canon. It's totally canon. I'm just giving you guys shit. Final Fantasy 15 is like a five bros go on a road trip. Oh, but let's save the world in the process. It's like, that's okay. something. Spoilers! I honestly, I haven't played through it, but I'm not gonna. I doubt I'm gonna. Is it? Is it good? It was fine. Oh, they're all different and all bananas. I think Final Fantasy 14 and 11, since they're both MMOs, are pretty much in the same universe. Like a lot of the monster designs are the same, and the classes, like I said, the Tartarus and the Lalafell are the same race. They just have different names. But I don't know 15. I don't know if 15's in the same universe as those. I don't think it is. But it might be. They might be in the Galarian Empire, which is just like a different part of the world. Nah, I'm a giant tree stomp. Blah, 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 blah. They look like that, or they look like this. Depending on what level you fight them at. And then we'll give it one spiky shoulder pad. 2 spiky shoulder pads. And then a spear that we're not sure how it's floating. A lance! We did it. I'm gonna draw a whole bunch of dragoon armor just stuck in the tree, like a dragoon jumped and got caught in the branches. We'll put a boot. We'll put a boot over here. Their boots are pretty interesting. They basically got giant metal stripper boots because they have heels, which is weird. I don't know how the heels make them jump higher. Maybe there's springs in them. I don't know. Softer. Get some of the Aperture Science shell jumpy boots. Which I'd just like to point out does not help your knees from exploding. Dang it. Oh, I don't remember. There's orange and blue gel and green gel and... Well, I have no idea which one's which. Buttermation, if you're asking me what's up, I mean, I'm streaming. I'm not sure. Sorry, I can't have you be the center of attention, but we have to just keep chugging along. So I'm sorry about that, but if you want to hang out in the Twitch chat with everyone, you're very welcome to. If you want to keep posting memes, there is a meme chat for that if you'd like. That is fine. But yeah, the voice chat is for hanging out with the conversation. So right now we're talking about treants and dragoons and art. You're very welcome to join the conversation. Always talking about D&D and food and being mad at anime. Those are the things we talk about all the time. Can you draw a fusion of Beholder and Aboleth? You already suggested something, but we're not really doing anything, so yeah, I guess we can probably try that. Except, aren't they kind of the same thing? I mean, like, we have Beholders, which is just squiggly bits, and an eyeball, and an Aboleth is just, like, flat, and they have, like, 2 or 3 tendrils. Blit. Oh, they have 3 eyes. There's also, what's the other one? There's the Beholders, and then the new, oh, man, what the mini Beholders? Yeah. I think there's an artist who does D&D content, and she uses one for her. Are they called specters? Yeah. Ah. But they're just like Beholder mini clones, right? Gotcha. But then Aboleths, yeah, Aboleths are just... Yeah, I've seen, like, I think Puffin has, like, destroyed them for me. Is I think the reason I always, oh, guys, man. I need, like, a good picture of an Aboleth, because I think they're supposed to be giant leviathans. And I always draw them stupid. Aren't Aboleths like psychic krakens, though? Oh boy. Yeah. I think... Gotcha. That sounds right. Oh my good God. Aggie, get your shit together. They still haven't fixed that thing where if you hit minus, it shrinks the canvas. But you can't enlarge the canvas. So it's just like, okay, bye. Bye. And then you gotta zoom all the way back in. Come on. There we go. Did they exist in other planes or just... Gotcha. Like they don't reincarnate, they just collect? Or do they just constantly reincarnate as more aboleths? Never piss off an aboleth. They'll hunt you down. I'm here for Steve. What? Who the hell are you? That aboleth you killed 1,000 years ago. What? Dude, I've been dead for like forever. Gotta go. Catch you later, butter. I will not be throwing an aboleth into my campaign anytime soon. I got enough lawful evil to deal with right now. CR10, okay. Yeah. Well, we're all dead. Is sealskin armor important? Should I write that down? Gotcha. So, resin. Do I need to prime those resin masquerades? I assume I will. You need to go buy some primer. Yeah, I did. It was fine. The second cast was much, much better because I wiped it out. It was much cleaner, much smoother. Maybe they don't need gills. Maybe they don't need gills. Maybe they do something like this. Maybe they have more shells. Yeah, I'm gonna like hit it with a sandpaper and then prime it up. Of course, if I'm using acrylic, I don't know if I need a primer. Yeah. I could just hit it with some metallic spray paint and call it a day. That could be fun. Maybe, depending on what I'm doing. Because part of it, like, part of the mask is just black, right? It's just half black, half white. So since I used a white resin, I could just paint half of it black and call it a day. But I don't think that's going to look the same if one of it is, like, uncoated and the other side is painted. So I think I'll probably have to mask it and paint it. That's pretty cool, Druid. Can everybody see that on the... Yeah, alright, cool. I'm over here drawing a weird shark penis thing, and Druid's doing art. Where shark might show up in my campaign. I have a pretty fun Were Shark campaign, but I haven't run it in a long time. I discovered that when you're trying to teach people how to play Pathfinder and D&D, templates are not the way to start. So there are much better curses and things to work with. I'm gonna finish this up. I wanna actually see what I can do with some pencil lines. So let's give this a good sketchy poo and see what happens. I don't think it matters. Yeah, my mind would go that it doesn't matter. I think their environment is, yeah, not in the way that we think. I would think that Aboleth can just kind of exist with however they need to. I just had a really weird, I don't know if it was what you were talking about or me drawing the way I just drew something, but I really want a burrito from a place in Idaho now. Like, I just had a brief moment of, like, euphoria for a very specific burrito shop. And it's just like, oh, yeah. Holy shit, those giant burritos. I don't even remember what that place was called. It was just like, hey, you want to go get burritos? And everyone knew what the hell you were talking about. Oh, fat cat. There's a California burrito here that's pretty good. Quill fluff? I don't know what a quill fluff is. Quill fluff? Is that the flumps? That's what a flump is. Jump rope. What the hell is that burrito place in Moscow called? Was it Patty's Burritos? Okay, how dare you make me want one, right? Like, what the hell? I don't know what happened. It was just like... I'm gonna have to make a very, very long delivery. Screw the resin. We need $200 for a 6-hour Uber. 6-hour Uber drive. Man, a California burrito is like not even stacking up in my mind. It's like, no. Now I gotta find a better burrito place. Patty's because it had a patio. That's right. Okay. That is a good way to remember it. Patio burritos. Super good. If you're ever in Moscow, Idaho, check them out. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag maybe sponsor me. They wouldn't sponsor me. Did you get a ticket in Moscow? I've never gotten a ticket in Moscow. That's interesting. Yeah, I could be. I knew a rich old guy. I was friends with his daughter, and he would come visit her every year. And every year he would just he would budget in a $300 speeding ticket because he's like, I'm not going less than 120 to get here. I'm not spending 10 hours driving. Every year you got a ticket. And he was just like, I don't care. Like, you could just fly, you know, it would be faster and cheaper. And he's like, no, I want to drive my car. I'm like, all right, well, you got it figured out then. Like, if that's your plan. Oh yeah, no, actually, you're right. I know what you're talking about, but that's not. That's Washington. That's the Washington police. Yeah, the Washington side of Pullman. They will. Yeah, they'll nail you to the wall for like 3 miles over the limit. You are right. I forgot about that. That was the other thing. As soon as you hit the Washington border, it's like, slow the fuck down, chill the fuck out. You're gonna get a ticket. Drive safe, people. That's all I got. Just drive safe. Be cool. They have catering. Do you want it delivered? Oh yeah, if Patty's Mexican Kitchen will deliver all the way to Seattle, I would do that all the time and then be broke and be sad. But the burritos would make you feel better. I used to have lunch there like every was it Tuesdays? One of the days they did 2-for-1 burritos, and I was just like, yep, doing that. You know how college towns work. Every day is a Tuesday somewhere. That's not true. That's not how days work. I need to find a Patty's Kitchen equivalent here in Seattle. Maybe a food truck. Maybe I need to find like a taco food truck. And then you have burrito for lunch and dinner. They were huge. They were like unnecessarily huge. Yeah, one of my old boss used to be the guy that ran one of those. Oh yeah. Blam, blam, blam. Yeah, those burritos are something else. I really don't know what kicked that in my head, but something just like Patty's burritos go. It's like, oh shit. No, it wasn't words. It was I don't know what it was, but something just like stuck that in my head all of a sudden. It was like, holy shit. I haven't had one of those in 5 years. And now I need one. I needs it. Oh, I didn't do a posture check. I didn't do a posture check. Now my butt is asleep. That's not good. Gotta stretch. All right, we're fine. Oh, there we go. You want to draw something horrific with me now? I mean, have you looked at this side of the screen in a while? It's pretty terrifying. Moscow had a surprisingly good restaurant scene. Yeah, I mean, I think part of it was because it was the only North Idaho college town that wasn't Pullman. That and a lot of good restaurateurs from Washington decided, hey, let's go to Pullman because we don't have to pay anybody shit to work here. Whereas in Pullman they had a much higher minimum wage. But yeah, really good food scene. For not having a super floral. I really love it, except for the parts that I think suck. No, that does look really cool, Druid. I think that's a good job. I think it's a really good job. It was. I think I just started drawing an aboleth. I kind of forgot about the beholder. Inkling, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Oh, that's 10 push-ups. I gotta do 10 push-ups. Yay! Rainbow boy! I haven't wanted to show it off because I wanted everybody else to see it first. If any of you remember when we did the last time we played, what was it? T-Fury, I think. No, it's fun. Let me do some push-ups. How are you doing today, Inkling? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 push-ups done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's up that push-up counter. Let me give you a quick shout out. If you haven't checked out Inkling's channel, plays lots of games, does some monster hunting, does some wildly... I feel like there's a constant argument of like, maybe we shouldn't kill this monster, and then it's just a massacre. It's hard not to murder monsters when you're so good at hunting them. But no. Great streamer. Good stuff. Good commentary. Go check that out. Lots of fun. I'm so tired, but then I remember that Rainbow Boy exists, and now life flows through me once more. That's the way to do it. You gotta get that. You gotta get that great inspiration. You gotta find the things that give you the life juice. Gotta get those creative juices flowing. We're on a quest right now to find the best burritos in my area. Because, and by that, I'm not actually looking it up. I'm drawing weird squiddly monsters, so that's what we're doing today. Thank you for the bits. What's it called? Gorditos? Where's that at? I don't know where that is at all. '85th. Is that towards Tacoma? Towards Aberdeen? Auburn. What, Aberdeen? That's not a thing. That's a band, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I think I know where that is then. Jude, if you'd like to draw weird fish monsters with me, I'd be totally down. Or if you'd like to... Okay. TNT Taqueria sounds sketchy as... Like sketchy AF. Would you like to buy fireworks or burritos? It's like, That's fair. You know what? I have been wildly surprised by like tiny hole in the wall Euro places and pho places. And there's even like this really nice hot dog shop that I used to go to. And when you walked in, it literally looks like they just wheeled the hot dog cart into the building, and like they have a tub full of nacho cheese, and they're like, "You want a hot dog?" I'm like, "Yeah." Super good. Sketchy AF. No, not sketch waffles. Yeah, you definitely don't want your taco situation to become a TNT situation. That's for sure. We're not going to Taco Bell on purpose. Like, I watched Rhett and Link do a Burger King versus Jack in the Box thing this morning, and I'm like, I can't eat a Jack in the Box. Every time I think like, oh, there's a Jack in the Box, I'll just stop and grab something. I remember that all of my friends in high school worked at Jack in the Box, and all of them had checker mark burns on their arms because they would just fight with the fry baskets. They would wait for the fry baskets to be really hot, and then they would fight with them, and they were all just like burnt to shit. And I'm just like, never will I eat at a Jack in the Box. And I've stuck with that for a long time. You know, it's been a long while since I went to a Jack in the Box. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so maybe that's good. I mean, college campus, College kids are, they'll pay for cheap stuff, but they're really good at not going to shit food places. It's like, my money is important to me. I want the cheapest, most quality food I can get. It's like, if you can't give me both of those things, I'm going to go somewhere else. The trick about it is the expensive places their parents take them to. So the expensive places just have to have like seasonal good deals. But if you want to like survive in a college town as a restaurant, you got to have cheap. It's got to be fast. It's got to be fucking delicious. Them's the rules. Yeah. I have some friends that own a restaurant in Salt Lake. Well, I say friends. I have a friend that I used to work with. I haven't talked to her in fucking years. She's kicking ass, though, so great job. Great job. Love her. I don't know how to make this more... There we go. We need more texture. We need more texture. We need more stringy bits. We need more bulges. More bumpies. This has got to be real creepy. This has got to be like real creepy. Just too many teeth, not in good spots. It's a goblin worm. I haven't drawn a good monster in a long time. This is pretty nice. I'm having fun with this. Next time our friend that still lives in Moscow comes up for a visit, we're gonna have to tell him to like buy us 15 burritos and freeze them. Okay, so right here, this is a big chunk. There's a tooth, and then it's attached to a skull. So I need to draw. There's gonna be some deformation here. I need to show off that big chunky meat tooth. I freaking love shark teeth. Yeah, they're terrifying. Serrated teeth. Like that's pretty metal. Nope, that's bad. Every line has to have a specific direction. That's the rule here. Maybe I should just type in like massive burritos Seattle area. see what shop has the famed biggest burritos. I could also, I guess, just make massive burritos. As you do. I don't know if Inkling is still here. Planning on streaming today. Kind of don't know what people are going to be doing. Sketchy AF. If you guys haven't checked out Sketch Waffles, you definitely should. I think she said she was going to stream again tonight. She's another fun game variety streamer. Describe is doing a giveaway this month. Thank you for prompting that, Inferno. Yeah, no, they are a little bit of cool stuff. They're giving away. I don't know how to say the name of this Patreon, but it's what CE. They make maps. And they're giving away a year. Describe is giving away a year Patreon membership to them, which is pretty cool. They're also giving away some Mr. Rex merch, and they're giving away, I believe, GDC. That doesn't sound right. Gen Con. They're giving away Gen Con tickets. If you're interested in that, there's a link down below. You can click on the giveaway link, or you can use my affiliate link, which will help support the channel some more. So feel free to check those out if you're interested in winning any of those sweet rewards. Definitely feel free. Okay, so I think I'm at a point now where me sketching isn't actually going to help anymore. What I need to do, because I need to start sketching the other way, is the problem. So I'm going to fill this in with a gray layer, a very light gray layer, and then I'm going to start painting with white. Very, very light. Oh, CZ and Peck. Oh, man, I thought they were the same thing. Hot damn. CZ and Paku both making maps, I assume. Is it just the one Patreon though? Okay. Okay, that makes way more sense. Definitely go check that out. Check out Describe. They make great boxed text, professional boxed text. Help you describe your D&D games. That's the advertisement for the day. Get enjoying at it? Yeah. I'm trying to get better at doing that. Definitely go check them out. Blah, 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 blah. That's cool. Is it like fire effects or? That's awesome. I would like to start using. There's a really cool YouTuber who gives away a lot of his music for D&D players, so that they can incorporate them into their stuff. And he has a Patreon set up so that people that use the Patreon can just stream whatever they like into their games on YouTube, on Twitch. And I want to use his stuff. I got access to his stuff, and I haven't had a good chance to use it yet. If I start producing the audios again, which I'm in the middle of episode 2, I might actually incorporate some of his work, because it's really good. And I really like that idea. Right. I don't want to use the triggers because since I'm recording the audio, I don't want it to get edited later. So I want to put it in after the fact. That's really my issue. I've been using it for like my home games, but it's not something I want to record. I could start separating out all the different audio layers, but it's more trouble than it's worth, I think. Maybe I'm just going to do the full green tone. Maybe I'm not going to do it that way. Hold on. New layer. Toggle clipping mask. Hell yeah. Multiply. Lighten? No. Color. No. We do a multiply, I think. Maybe soft light. Nope, we would multiply. And then we're gonna crank down the opacity a little bit. And merge down. Wow! Wow. Nice. You're stealing all my Apparently if people want my free Patreon stuff, they can go check out Inferno's page. No, you have the absolute right to do that. You have the absolute right to do that because you are playing in the game, so I have no problem with that. But that is a way if you guys want to check that out. Inferno is hosting those on his channel. Yeah. And they are all up on the Patreon for those who want to go back and watch those. Soon to be edited. I need to get it. Yeah, I need to get that working. I can either finish the mask today and get the mask video out, or I can work on the episode 2. What do people prefer? Was that a mask joke or like a audio editing joke? I don't know. Gotcha. I don't mind it. I like audio editing. It just takes time. That's really my thing. Yeah, I really like audio editing. It's nice, but it's like, okay, do I want to sit down and do this for the next 6 hours, or should I do 3 other things? And it's like, ugh. I've been having a really hard time justifying it lately. It's kind of the bummer. The bummer of it. And that is why I have not released the video, the audios yet, because I just keep I keep letting other things take priority. Yeah, I had 2 or 3 people ask me like, "When's the next video?" Or do you have the video for this? And I was like, "There's no video for it. Sorry, but I'll have the audio coming out soon." And people seemed really excited about that. Yeah, there weren't like a million people being like, "This is the best thing ever." It's like it's just D&D content, guys. It's good, but it's. I get it. No one has to fangirl over it. You can, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know how we got here, but here we are. What time is it even? Oh, 1:30. That's not bad. That's not bad. I should probably get to work, though, instead of dinking around for monster's sakes. I do like drawing me a good monster. I haven't drawn a monster in a long time. But money! Money's important if you don't have it. That's the thing to think about. Yep. I will remember the wise words of Mystery Skulls. Used to worry all the time. Now I got better things to do. Yep. Used to worry every day. Go check out Mystery Skulls. They're great. Hey, have you guys heard of this thing called the Beatles? I can't tell if you're trolling or you're actually curious. Yeah, that was a movie. Yep. Coca-Cola wasn't cool, and there was a few other things that happened. But yeah, it was an interesting movie. I kind of liked it. Yeah. Except, so that's my argument for it is, I kind of want to spoil this movie, but I also don't, because this is a really interesting thing. So the whole premise of the movie is that he's the only one that remembers the Beatles. So he starts playing the Beatles songs because he's a failing guitar singer, and people think he's all of a sudden really great, and they're like, "That's amazing," and he's like, "I didn't write it," and they're like, "Well, who wrote it?" The Beatles didn't exist, and so he starts taking credit for it, and he just struggles with that for the whole movie, basically. But the thing is, like, it wasn't a trick. No one remembers the Beatles. So if you all of a sudden have a dream and something comes up and you're like, "Hey, I just invented Mickey Mouse," but Mickey Mouse never existed, you take it. Right? I mean, like, from his perspective, he did come up with it, because it didn't really happen. And so that's kind of a weird thing. I have a few. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna collect this thought, because I had this thought when I watched the movie. Over the years, teaching some classes and like being a teaching assistant and just helping out in art studios, there are a lot of young artists who, like, I have this really great dream. I had this dream and it's great, but it doesn't feel like it's my idea because I dreamed it up. And it's just like, what? So there's definitely an era of, if you didn't make something, it's not yours. But if it's something that is you felt like you got it too easy, that doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. You still have to put the time and effort into creating it, to making it happen. I mean, there are Beatle cover bands, right? And so they're rightfully not taking credit for writing the songs, but they're performers. Like, they're performing artists, and I think that's fine. And the movie kind of moves that way, and that's kind of how it resolves, is him being like, I have to make sure that people know the Beatles existed, and everyone is like, we don't give a shit. That's just kind of how the movie plays. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and it's a weird moral quandary throughout the movie, and I think that's kind of why I enjoyed it, because I was struggling with it through the whole movie. It's like, he didn't create it, so yeah, he shouldn't take credit, but at the same time, he's sharing the Beatles with the world. Like, that's amazing. Do that. Oh yeah, no, I'm absolutely one of those kids that when I turned 19, I got like a Beatles Greatest Hits, and I was like, this is real good. And then I bought Beatles Greatest Hits Volume 2, and I'm like, I don't like this. So it's like, the stuff that is generally considered like really good is good. I like it, and that's fine. You don't have to like the Beatles. You don't have to like anything. You can always, just because something's popular doesn't mean you have to like it, and it's okay to like popular shit. It's like, this is poppy and gross. It's like, who cares? Enjoy it. I'm a super hipster. I got the man bun. Man buns are shit. Well, you have the absolute right to like them. They're still shit. That's all I'm saying. I do need to get my hair cut again. It's driving me crazy. Now that I got the mask, I can actually cut it so that it looks cool on the mask. That'll be fun. But yeah, don't feel like you have to suffer for your art. But art itself is, it's more than one thing. It's kind of like the thing with rugby is definitely something Jonas and I came up with. Like, Jonas is like, oh no, that's your idea. It's like, no, I drew something, you drew something, I drew something, you drew something. Rugby eventually showed up. And so I'm not fighting for it. If rugby becomes like $1 million thing, I would want to make sure that people know, like, hey, Jonas and I came up with this idea together. Yeah, that was not my own thing. It's not something that I developed in a vacuum, and that's how most art is. So most of the time when you do art, be aware of where it comes from, and a lot of people don't do that, and it's sad. Especially when people do things like basically write Star Wars fanfic, and they're just like, oh, this is a new idea. It's like, this is Star Wars, but that's fine. Like, it is. It's totally fine. I just want you to be aware that this is Star Wars. Like, this already existed somewhere. A lot of homebrew, people try to come up with like completely unique homebrew, and it's like, well, that exists in Pathfinder, and that's totally cool. Like, go look at the Pathfinder stuff and see if that influences what you're writing, because like, it's okay to find things that are similar or close, and find inspiration in those things. Just don't draw Mickey Mouse and be like, I came up with an original idea. It's like, that's fucking Mickey Mouse. Like, it's okay if you're drawing a mouse character, but be honest about it. And then if it doesn't feel right, then yeah, maybe you're stealing something, and maybe you need to think about that. I think a lot of like self accountability and self critique can solve a lot of problems, and a lot of people just don't want to do it. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was getting at with they were like I had this dream, but it's it's not my concept. Like, that's a very extreme measure, but I've had someone say that to me 2 or 3 times. Like, I've had a few people say the same thing. It's like, you can like an idea, like, oh, Stargate's great. Not everything we have should be Stargate, but if you can come up with something that is unique within that realm, fan fiction is legitimate. Like, are you bringing something new and unique to this story? Awesome, do it. It doesn't have to be yours whole cloth. It just has to be appropriate. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and this is another kind of hot take, but not really. It's one of my I've said in the past that I've had issues with OC, like Sonic OC, and it is because of this exact topic that we're talking about. Like, if you make a new Sonic character, great. If you make Sonic but purple, that is not like what are you doing? Like, you're not bringing anything new. You just want to use Sonic without getting in trouble, and I would argue that you're not doing that well. Yeah, and a lot of time it just turns into what the hell is it called? There's a term for it. Maybe hero worship is close enough. But when really what should be happening is if you want to write a story about Sonic, write a story about Sonic. That's fine. Don't make Sonic the exactly same character who does the same stuff but is way cooler and also my best friend. It's like, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Because yeah, I mean, something fantasy. It's something. It's some kind of. It's a specific thing that I see happen from time to time with fanfics and OC specifically. No, it's a specific type of writing where it's like I almost want to say like self-masturbatory or self-insertion of. I mean, the Mary Sue topic is generally what happens. Like, it's Sonic, but it's also me. It could be self-insert. It could be the term we're doing. Self-aggrandizement. That sounds right too. But yeah, it all stems from the same thing. Like, once again, fan fiction is fine. Using other ideas to create new characters and new content for that is great. I mean, like, a lot of really cool modders, like the modding community, get jobs at the companies for the games that they're modding because they do a good job for it. But it generally, when I see a lot of OC that gets kind of, the OC that gets passed around as like, look how shitty this is, which always makes me feel bad because it's like somebody put time in that. It's because of those reasons. It's like you didn't really put effort into the creation process here. You just kind of copy and pasted a bunch of stuff and then slapped it on the page and then claimed it for yourself. And that's not how that should work. So be careful with OCs, specifically because it's so easy to not come up with something original. And that's not like, oh, your shit is boring and basic. It's like, really spend the time making this make sense in that universe, and then it's valid. It's absolutely valid. Yeah, I don't know. That's my 2 cents, and that's why I kind of have a complaint about it in the past, because a lot of people don't do that. That's good. That's good. I'm glad someone's enjoying it. I can definitely go super salty very quickly. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Character breeding. It's not actually, I just made that up. Okay, jump rope. Character breeding. I don't know if that was on the same topic or if I just haven't looked at the Discord for a while, so I'm sorry if I haven't. And yesterday, yeah, was the movie. I'm sorry, that was so late. Blovation is a style of empty, pompous political speech which originated in Ohio. No, that's not what I was talking about. That is not what I was talking about. But that kind of works. That's what happens when Sonic gets the power of Knuckles and Tails. It's called character breeding. All right. So you're like Pokemon smashing things together. I like it. I think self-aggrandizing was the word I was looking for. And I think I'm not sure. I think that was. Oh no, I lost their name. They left. But whoever said that, thank you. That is what I was trying to. I think that is what I was going with. Was it you? Okay, I thought that was someone else. Gotcha. No, I think you might have just sounded a little not like yourself, and I thought you were possibly someone else for a second. I think this tooth is the weakest port. The weakest port? Check out the weakest port. Self-aggrandizing. Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying some kind of strange sarlacc. God, everything. It's a lot of teeth. Yep. That would make sense to me. For them to be hagfish. Yeah, they don't have jaws or they might have spines. I'm not sure if hagfish have spines. I think they're invertebrates or vertebrates. Jawless fish. Okay. Yeah, I think something that a lot of maybe artists, especially young artists, don't realize is that a lot of the struggles you're going through happen to a lot of artists. And I think part of that, people hearing about that is upsetting because they're like, no, I'm unique and my art is unique. And it's like, yeah, it's art. Lots of people do it the same way. I mean, like, it's finding unique, creative ways to use a medium that's been around for thousands of years isn't usually the, like, it's okay to do old stuff. Like, that's fine. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just gotta have fun with it and do something cool. And that might be why I love the art process so much. Like, why I document the art process, because I'm not trying to invent the wheel. I just want to see it. I want to see it happen. I want to see cool stuff. I think hagfish are chordates, not vertebrates. Okay. That sounds right to me. I think so, yeah. Next week, because I have not finished that map yet. I wanted to try it out tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to play tonight. I thought we were, but we might not play till next week. So I think that, and if I can get Blue Team to play a game maybe this weekend. I have to talk to Burning again. Red Team, yeah. If I can get Red Team to play this weekend, then we might switch the teams up a little bit, which could be fun. But we'll find out. We'll see what happens. No promises. It looks like they have a skull bone and like proto-vertebrae, but not an actual column. All right, here we go. Now we know. Sounds right. So what you're saying is I need gill holes right here. Prepare the gill holes. Creepy. More red. Great. That sounds terrifying. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution save. Or a will save. I don't care. What do you mean, or you don't care? Yeah, just pick one. Great. Okay, cool. You shit yourself. Your brain or your bowels are giving up. One or the other. You're shitting yourself. No. My character wouldn't do that. Well, apparently they would. Gotta roll better. I want that to be a monster ability. Terrifying presence. It's like con save of like DC 15. Character shits themselves. Do I take like disadvantage on anything? It's like, no, you just shit yourself. I mean, it is what it is, man. You have to deal with that in your own way. I read a comic where Greek Hydra was a huge rat king of lamprey hagfish coming off of one big one. And they chased the character around. Alright, that's scary. That's no good. Kind of want the tentacles come off the jaw. Maybe we'll merge these. Oh yeah, no, that's way better. That's creepy as fuck. I think it was Buttermation. I think Buttermation was the one that suggested this. I mean, yeah, it was the Beholder. It was supposed to be a Beholder. Then I totally spaced that part until just now, but... I should probably go get work done. I gotta figure out that burrito situation, though. I don't know. I haven't looked. I probably should. How's it going? How have you been? It does tend to happen. Hope everything's going all right. Depends on how reflective you want it. So you're min-maxing. I disagree. But only because it's... I feel like people have kind of come to think that if I'm not being optimal in combat, then I suck. And it's like, I mean, being a warm body in combat is pretty great. That's it. I mean, that's the min-max thing is like, yeah. That's the other crux. It's like you have to be okay with your character dying. They can die. You know, it happens. All right, there we go. Chrome. Yay, shiny. That's bad. I'll have to look at that. I would highly suggest looking up how to draw Chrome the Marvel way. It's really good. Oh yeah, that's even easier actually. Because yeah, the thing with Marvel is they basically break it down into shapes and then just decide where the harsh reflection is and where the harsh highlight is, and then you just have a pretty usual relative gradient along it. So, but yeah, that's it. If you're doing paintings, that's cool. Painting's a lot easier because you just do your base color first and then go from there. I'll have to take a look at that a little bit later. How beefy. Get a good little Colossus arm in here. Hold on. It's so shiny. Work in progress. Yep. Yeah, if you want, that's looking pretty good. I think if you want it to be really shiny, you need to go harder. You need to go harder reflections, because having it like kind of fuzzy makes it look matte. Makes it look very like the difference between a very, very sharp spot on there, and something like that is going to be the difference. So I would definitely look at kind of trying to pop those highlights out. Yeah, I keep what you have, but just there should be, if it's the more reflective it is, the higher the reflective. Everything just froze. Hold on a second. There we go. You're gonna get that like really, really harsh dot. You're gonna get that hard edge reflection. That's gonna make it look really smooth and very polished. Whereas something that's more like this is gonna be softer. It's gonna have a softer edge to it, and it's gonna make it look a little more rough. Yep. Those are good things to ask. I think Druid's right. I think you need to pick your metal to help answer that question. I've seen very dull and very shiny metal armor. You got to choose. You have to make a choice. Otherwise, you're just going to noodle. Which... yeah. If you want it to look like something specific, you have to choose what that specific thing is. I think is the problem. Yeah. Sure. Give it a try. Yeah, there's a... oh, maybe that doesn't exist anymore. That might have been a... I would allow that if you had a really, really shiny shell or a really shiny shield. It's like, I want to spend my turn trying to blind them. It's like, cool, go for it. Like, that's legit. Yeah, I've had a lot of... we've played a lot of games where there's just no character art, which I know is weird for me, but I have a lot of friends that aren't artists, so it's like, hey, I'm not doing all your character art for you. I'm sorry, but so I don't know if you need it. I think we've talked about that before. I think you and I have had that conversation. I'm mumbling, I'm sorry. Nice. Yeah, for 6 people? Oof, I could not do that. You know what? NPCs aren't cheaper. If you're commissioning characters, NPCs don't make them cheaper. Gilmore's great. No, I'm not. No, I'm saying NPCs are just as expensive as if you want to commission an NPC, yeah. No, I'm not. I'm saying you fucking you pay full price for your NPCs to be drawn. That's what I'm saying. No discount. Just NPCs are just as important. You guys are putting words in my mouth. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. Let's erase this. That's good. I hope it worked out for you. I always like it when people are happy with their commissions, even if they're not mine. I'm totally fine with that. All right. Yep. Choose your metal. Look for references. That's all I can suggest. I mean, it can even go down to like what kind of finish is on it, because you can have polished metal, brushed metal, anodized metal, enameled metal. All of those are. Yeah, I would highly suggest looking up metal, like how to draw metal references, and then like look at different metal types, or just go on like is it texture.com? I don't remember anymore. And just look up a whole bunch of metal references, and they usually are labeled with like brushed metal, brushed aluminum, anodized aluminum, stainless steel, polished steel. There's a whole ton. 3D Textures, I think, is another good website. Well, apparently, yeah. If you don't, if you don't know the name of the thing you're trying to draw, it's hard to learn how to draw them. It's another. Bry's asking for an NPC coupon or an NPC bargain bin. Here's 5 goblin portraits. Anyone can be the NPC. Well, he wasn't a goblin, but he is now, so. Yeah, adapt and overcome, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's another part of drawing. It's understanding texture and reflection and. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Druid, can you draw me wood? Well, sorry, that was a trap that I thought Druid would know what the answer to was. Can you draw wood, Druid? What? Oh, that's not what I was asking for. I wasn't asking for manwood. I was looking for the response, what kind? Because there's driftwood, which is very edgy, and then there's like hard polished wood. And then there's like gnarled wood. Yeah, that's the folly of. That's the folly. Got to do it. Got to put in the work. Got to put in the work. Got to put in the work. I can't talk. I think I need to take a break and eat something. It's 2 o'clock. I've been going for a while. I might go work on that video. I might paint the mask too. I don't know what to use for a primer, unless I just like go buy a primer. I guess I could just go buy one. Yeah, I don't have automotive primer. Maybe I do. I might actually. I'll check. I tend to buy spray paint in the has primer in it variety. But I also don't spray paint things that need to stay spray painted, if that makes sense. Spray paint is very much the like, need quick paint coat. Good. Not usually trying to make things look nice. Sierra, if you're here, tell him he's an idiot for not thinking I'd immediately draw a dick whenever you say, can you draw wood? Well, that's fair, but I walked into that one. I was hoping you'd help me teach an art lesson, but that's fine. You can draw dicks instead if you want. I'm not going to stop you. Weathered wood. Ladywood. That's fair. That's fair. I take no I accept fault. I accept fault for this. It's fine. I think you should read the article instead of just looking at the title. I haven't watched that video yet, but I'm assuming what he's going to say is it's less about being perfect and like I've put 10,000 hours into doing something and more into I'm going to put 20 hours into this piece of art. No, I bet it's less about learning art and more about the effort of actually putting into art. Because like a lot of people will like, I'm not good at art and it makes me mad. It's like you spent 13 seconds on that. Like draw that again for 20 hours, and I bet it will look good. Like, I'm betting. I haven't watched the video, so I definitely will watch that video as well. Don't. My new saying for myself is don't be lazy, because I do tend to do really lazy things when it comes to art. Like, oh, I'll just do that later. I'll do this later. I'll do this. Like, let's just fucking do it. Let's just sit down. Let's put the effort in. Let's do the work. So far, I've been pretty happy with my art in the last month since I've started yelling at myself for being lazy. So it's working. I don't know if I showed this, if you guys missed the stream yesterday. Hold on, let me check this out. So yesterday I drew one of Jump Rope's characters that I have not drawn for 4 years. I think it's been that long. It might have been longer. And so yesterday I was just doing, like, I just need to do the token, and I kept doing it. And I was like, no, I should actually sit down and spend the time, because I gave a shit about this character. And I'm much happier with it. But I did also spend 4 hours more than I had anticipated on it. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with where this one turned out. That's not even the finished version. That is, yeah, the Rainbow Boy image. No, it's pretty funny. Last time we played Shirt, the T-Fury Jackbox game with Sierra and Inkling and a few other people. I drew that as one of the jokes. And it was really funny, and it killed it. And then Inkling was like, I want to use that as one of my emotes because I think that would be funny. And I was like, okay. So I drew it. I redrew it yesterday. Because, yeah, I thought it was funny. But let's see if I can turn this on. Maybe later, Fireball. Yep, I have heard about that. So, yep, I know what you're talking about. The Artist War thing has been going on for a little while. I didn't have time to put in on it. But yeah, so like, I'm pretty happy with this piece. I think it turned out really well. But it's just like, sometimes you just have to tell yourself, yeah, Inkling, there we go. Rainbow Boy. Bam. Yeah. Yeah, it's all practice. That's texture. Yeah, you're talking about texture and line weight, which both are very derivative of the material that you're drawing, and that's I think a lot of manga artists especially use, oh shoot, what are they called? Halftones, and halftones come in sheets. You actually apply the halftone as a media on top of it, and so you can buy halftones that are like, oh, this is polish, gloss, matte, and so they start becoming uniform, and so you can learn that way, but you still have to kind of go through and see like what works on what materials, and you choose that by deciding, I've drawn this table, what is this table made out of, what does it feel like, and you just start, those just minuscule details. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If you're posting more than 5 pages, you will be banned because that's how the bot is set up. Just heads up. Just heads up. That's fine. I just wanted if you were gonna post a bunch of pages, it's dangerous. That's a heads up for everybody. The new bot will ban you if you post more than 5 things at once. References. Yep. Yep, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, doing comic stuff in 3D first. There's just basic block. Yeah, gross. Inferno, shame on you. I'm not gonna dignify that with any more. Ooh. There's a lot of things going on in this comic. First off, like, I mean, are you gonna finish coloring it? Is that gonna happen, or is it supposed to be black and white? Okay, so okay, because there's like 5 different styles going on here that like really break things apart. I would, yeah. So, if you want advice, I can give you advice on that. But otherwise, it's I would pick one. I would pick one, and I would do that. Is what I would do. Because like comics are comics, right? The big thing about comics is page layout. And then once you have the page laid out right, like the way you like, then it's all down to the style of the comic. So the 2 things I see is you have vertical tiles that are basically the same image but then horizontal tiles. So like I don't know if it actually needs to be that way. You have, what is that, 9 panels? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels. 8 panels of varying sizes that don't have uniformity to them. And then yeah, each panel has a completely different style. So it feels really, really disconnected. And I think you could spend some time just picking one style and then working on your layout. Okay. 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 And you good? I'm not to come to pages in forever. Sure. Just trying to find a specific thing and I cannot find it. So. Magnolia. Damn, I cannot find this. Oh well. Alright, I'll do it there. Do I need to do anything more to this? That's the next question. Let's take a look here. We got that going on. We got that going on. Video channel chat. I think I need some shading, and then I think I'm going to call it on this dude. I'm probably going to do like a dark blue. Great clipping mask. I mean, that's kind of what I started doing the YouTube channel for, was to draw monsters, but it is what it is, you know? That's my line layer. Okay. What's this? That's my highlight layer. Got it. So this needs to be down here below this. Come here. Come here. Right there? Right there. That's fine. And then is this my shadow layer now? Yes. Okay. Okay. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Blip, 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 blip. Okay. I wish I could give you better critique, but I do feel like when I offer something, it's instantly defensed against. so I'm not sure how to give you any more advice than what I've already said. I do need to. I mean, I'll look at it if you want, but I don't know what kind of critique you want. I guess is the thing, because it seems like you're showing it off, which is fine. I like seeing it, but then that's kind of the issue I'm having is I can give you critique on certain aspects, but then you just tell me that, like, no, that's not what you were doing, and it's like, well, then I don't know what I'm critiquing. Right. Okay. That's fine. But I if that's the case, though, then I don't have critique for it, because it's a very unique situation, and I have no experience on how to do that. So. Teep, 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 teep. Let's take a look at this. Those are good. A lot of halftone shaded backgrounds instead of full backgrounds, which you do have some pretty good full backgrounds here, so that's nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of the biggest thing I will say is like a lot of these panels are pretty solid. Um, like you have the hands coming out of one of these panels, which is a fun little thing, but you have the blur lines not coming out of the panel, which is a little strange. Yeah, and then you have the same thing with the moon or the big Jupiter in the first thing. You have it behind one of the mountains, which makes it feel very, very strange. So it's just a little bit of I think what you should focus on as you're moving through this is just your consistency, because like the art style is great, the color is great. There's just little things that kind of pop out from time to time, and then you have like your black ooze for the arm starts like pulling things together. Just looks very flat. Um, Yep, that's apparent. And then it's like it looks really good on that small panel, um, but then the large panel, it almost just doesn't read because you have this piece, the goo, and then like blah. It's like, oh, okay. I think that panel probably just needed more effort, not effort, but like there's a little more time of thought about what to plan for it. Um, Other than that, this is great. Other than that, this is really good. You have the What are you talking about? Oh, I was doing color? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I asked Druid, can you draw wood? Because I wanted him to ask what kind of wood, because we were talking about textures. And to which he just decided, no, I'm going to draw a dick. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted. And he's like, you should have known that. And I said, that's fair. Pretty sure. I told you I was wrong. I admit that I took responsibility for the bad question and Druid failing me as an art teacher. Uh, yeah, Dictator, these are great. These are all really good. And it's just a little bit, I think a little bit of the paneling is the only thing I would work on. Just making sure you're um, making sure the panel that you're making makes sense in the overall flow of the comic. Uh, and that's it. Other than that, I think you're good. Spend a little more time. Mm. Right. Yeah. And so I'd say like the weak spot is it's that goo, and you can tell because it's flat and it stands out. So like the page, page 3 or 4, 1, 2, 3, page 3, the arm it's just goo on that page, right? So if you played with the layout a little bit more, I think you probably could have come up with a better pose to really show that off. And then same thing with the second panel where he's just kind of standing there. It's like, look, goo arms. It's just you could have reworked that page to make it a little more interesting of him like ripping the goo into the device. So that's it. That's it. I mean, just really spend some time with your layout and your consistency in it, and I think it really 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 solid. Because these look great. These look good, except for those little tiny things. Yep. And asking for the right kind of feedback is important. And so when you're like, I need feedback, here's the one page that looks nothing like anything else I did, tell me what to do better, doesn't help, right? And then and then instantly becoming defensive about it. It's like, I don't know what you wanted from me. So yeah, asking for feedback is important, but learning how to ask for feedback is also very important. So. Oh, I do it all the time. How are you doing, by the way, Sierra? Oh yeah, no, that's. I mean, that's one of the reasons I've talked about. Like, I get that. I take very harsh critique because that's. I've had some teachers that were really just like, this is bad, it sucks, do better. And it's like, what? And it's like, that sucks, I didn't like that. And it's like, good. Here's how you should actually have done better, because I know you're just like, they're very, very harsh because they need to get into your head. Like, listen, you know why you did this wrong. You know what you did. You just didn't put time into it. You didn't do this. You need to be honest with yourself about what to do better. Beyond that, here are the things that I think you can do better with. And it's like, oh, cool. Now I get constructive criticism. But until you're ready to be like, there are things I did wrong here. I know I screwed up on some of these things. I didn't put effort into this project. I didn't turn it in on time. Like, there's those base things that people will always use as a backdrop for like, oh, here's my excuse. It's like, stop. No excuses. This didn't get finished. Here's how I think you can critique. Like, this is actually a good critique now. And it's like, okay, you really have to break through that mental barrier of like, if I had more time, it would have been good. It's like, would it though? Would you have spent more time had you had more time? You gotta be honest with yourself first. God damn it, Rook. What's up, Sarah? Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. Yep. Gotta ask. Gotta ask, gotta learn. Tough. It's tough. Art is tough. Sure. Yeah. I don't mean to sound like I'm trying to be mean to you. I gotta get through there. So sorry if everybody, it sounds like I'm just chewing on, ripping on somebody, because it is good art. Yeah. Okay, see you later, Sierra. Thanks for hanging out. Sierra's super cool. She does games and stuff. Go check out Sierra's channel. Is Sierra streaming yet? I'm gonna go raid her channel even though she's not streaming. Let's just all go raid Sierra's channel. Have a good day. Enjoy your work. All right, dude. Yeah. And unfortunately, like that's the frustrating thing about being like an instructor, is people will walk up to you and this is not what you did. I promise. This is from years of experience, but it happens. It does happen. Is people will walk up and be like, "Oh, what could I have done better?" And you look at something and it's just like, "What do you think you could have done better?" Well, I could have done this, and I could have done this, and I could have done this, and I could have done this. And it's like, cool, do that, and then I will critique your work. Like, if you already know, like, hey, I just shit on a paper, how can I do better art? And it's like, why do I have to critique this? Like, you're wasting my time now. That being said, like, if you're just getting into art and you really like, I don't know what I'm doing, then you're not asking for critique. You're asking for help, and that's a completely different thing. And that's okay to ask for. It's totally fine. Like, hey, I'm starting to draw. You know, all I can do is little stick people. Where do I go? And I'm going to tell you, go get references, go look at tutorials, you know, start finding out what you can do to really, you know, find something fun that you like about art. It's a long process. But don't come up to me with a stick figure and be like, how can I improve my style? And it's like, you are not there yet. You're not there yet. I mean, if you wanted advice, and maybe this is unsolicited, but if you want advice for you as an artist, because I think you do good work, like you do good work, I think you are struggling with wanting to find, like, you don't want to spend the time fine tuning those things. Like, go research textures of this metal. Like, it's just metal. It's like, no, 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 no. Go research metals. Like, go do that. Like, go do those studies. Those studies are really important, and that's really what's going to kick your art up, right? You have technical knowledge. You have color knowledge. Yeah. Oops. Sure. I mean, that's one of the reasons I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Motivation is bullshit. Discipline is way better. Discipline is much better as a teacher than motivation. Um, that was dictator, yeah. Yeah. I, I think, yeah. I think the 10,000 hour rule, the way I've always thought about it is like it takes 10,000 hours to become a master of something, to be good at something. And and what I think people don't realize is it's basically a lifetime, right? Like you don't get good overnight. You get good by practicing and having good habits and doing things. And so doing the same thing badly over and over again doesn't make you better at whatever the overarching thing is. It makes you better at making bad things. Uh, like I've had 10,000 hours in a kitchen. 50 or 5,000 of those hours were making Big Macs. Like you're probably really good at making Big Macs. You still cannot cook a souffle. Like that's just not what you were learning. Um, and so exactly, yeah, yeah. So I mean, you're not going to improve your art skills unless you are trying to improve parts of your art, and that's why go do those studies. This doesn't look right. Well, why doesn't it look like? Well, because my textures suck. It's like practice textures. Like you answered your own question. You don't need feedback. You need me to give you matrix download my texture information, which I can't do. So I'm gonna pause you right there. Um, why are you trying to do things on all of these different styles? Okay. So I used to say things like that with 3D modeling. I was like a 3D generalist is what I was. Like that was my job title. Because I was a rigger, I was an animator, I was a modeler. I did video processing. Great. Are you Are you a CAD animator? Are you a frame by frame? Are you a like what program do you specialize in? Like this is the point I'm trying to get to is I'm going to draw something. I have to pick a style. It's like if you want to draw in that style, you should practice in that style a bunch. And so when you're picking a comic and you say comic style, there's so many different comic styles. Like even between Marvel artists, there are artists that you can see and be like, oh, that's this guy's style. That's this guy's style. So once again, those are things you need to pick and study. Like you said, Magnolia is really cool. I don't see a lot of that in your art, to be totally honest. Yeah, not really. I mean, he's got a very bold, thick-lined style, and so you can do entire studies just trying to copy someone's style. That's a smart thing to do. I would do that. Your style is going to come out of what you are comfortable with and what you make. My style, for a long time, I said was a comic book style. It's illustrative, but it's not like full-blown illustration. And I'm still working on that. And I still don't think I do a lot of justice to a lot of different comic book styles. I love Todd McFarlane's artwork. I love it to death. I still cannot do it. Cannot do it to save my life. Drink your water, please. Fine. I will drink my water and do push-ups and go get the mail because someone just rang my doorbell. So I will be right back. Water. Push-ups. Push-ups. So the reason I say that, hold on, I want an example of this. What's a good example? There are two things I think of when I think of Mike Magnolia for Hellboy art. You're so salty today. Everyone's salty today. And that's one, his gratuitous use of black. I mean, you're not because you're using a lot of color, you're using a lot of gradients, which once again is not a Magnolia thing, and he's doing a lot of fine detail work with high contrast. That's what I think of when I think of Mike Magnolia. And even when he does use color, let me grab another picture here. This is one of my favorite. The 25 anniversary poster is right here. It's just, there's so much black in it, creating all those forms and then color. And so when you say that in comparison to any comic, like any comic style, this is pretty unique. Like you can usually tell. You can straight up tell. And so there's also like a distortion of proportions. There's consistent line thicknesses. Like those are all things you can study and learn about a art style. You just can. And that's where I'm trying to direct you. So you can be heavily influenced by these things, but you don't have to copy it. You don't have to copy it. And so when you're like, I want to make a comic, I need to pick comic style. I want to look comic style. It's like, look further into that statement. If you want to make a comic that looks like a Hellboy comic, draw Hellboy for a shit ton of time until it's something that until you start picking up those skills. And then you don't have to worry about like, oh, I hope this looks like a Hellboy comic. You just kind of adapt that into your style, and then you can do it without focusing on it. And that's why I started looking at a lot of Todd McFarlane stuff. And the thing I like about it is the cross-hatching. And I think I'm getting a lot better at incorporating that into my artwork. I've been trying really hard. I'm very much actively not doing it with solid black, like the way he does, because I don't enjoy it as much. I really like having defined lines without blocks of black, even though I do love their style. Like both him and Todd McFarlane and Mike Magnolia have very, very cool styles that I love, but I don't want to do it. I don't want my style to be that. Yeah. Like going back to this piece, which it'll take a second to pop up. I tried that. I was talking to Inferno about this, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do this hard black line. And I started doing it, and I was just like, I just don't like this. It's not something I like doing. It doesn't turn out the way I enjoy, and it doesn't feel like something that my brain is like, yeah, we did it. It's like, oh, you're trying to copy something. And I'm like, it's not. I don't like it. I can do it. I can draw Hellboy like that. I've done that. I've done Hellboy like fan art, but I don't enjoy it as much. So good. Anyways, sorry, that was a Twitch chat only joke that I was laughing at. Hopefully it will correct itself before it goes. So good. Anywho, yeah. So I think really that my advice to you, getting back on topic, was I think you are in a good place as an artist. Like you have technical skill, you have pen line, you're good. I think you need to specialize in what you want. And I know you don't want to hear that, because when I was a 3D generalist, I was like, I don't want to fucking blah, blah, blah. I really didn't want to become a rigger. But that's the only part of 3D modeling that I like doing. I like rigging, and I like that's it. Yeah, I know how to do every single bit from start to finish, to 3D mapping down to like, oh man, you don't even have to do the texture mapping anymore, the baking. You don't have to do the baking anymore. It all does it for you. You used to have to do it by hand. Yeah, you can just generate the IK now too, but it's like that's what I learned how to do, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I know how to do all of this, and that's one of the reasons I started teaching, was because I have this massive chunk of knowledge. I hate doing 90% of that stuff. I just don't like it. And so figure out what you like. Focus in on it. Yeah, those things aren't exclusive. I mean, that's okay. No, it's not. It's just when you sit down to do one of those things, like you're not studying. You're not. If you feel like you're getting stuck, it's because you're not actually learning new pieces. You're spreading. You're spreading. Like, okay, I need to draw more, so I'm going to try 15 new styles. It's like, how about try one style first? Do one style first. Get really, really good at that. See if it adds back to your work. Then add another one. Like, that's how you should be studying. You should be trying to focus on specific things when you study. These things I'm making don't look right because I don't know how the texture of metal should work. Just study on metal. Just study metal. Motivation is bullshit. The motivation is bullshit. Well, you just told me you can't find the right picture. It's like, yeah, don't find the right picture. find a picture and go. Find a picture and go. I need more food. I'll be right back. One sec. Come on, cat. Where'd you go? Okay. Okay. What have I drawn here? Let's I might have made myself a really shitty turkey sandwich. It's a little Geiger. You mean your artwork? Gotcha. Yep. That's art. Art is hard. I mean, you got to take into account what they're practicing. I think a lot of people that like, oh, I just really like practicing, like you really like sketching, or you really like doing like base paintings. Those are all types of art. I think people don't realize. And that was the big thing for me. Like I didn't like trying to do 3D modeling. Like I didn't want to do 3D modeling practice. I didn't want to do animation practice. It's because I honestly didn't really like doing those things. What did I like doing? I like drawing monsters. I like drawing orcs. I like drawing characters. I like drawing portraits. Turns out you can just practice those things. It's amazing. All right. Yeah, I think if you want to be better at something, you have to put the time into it, and that sucks. Like just you have to. But a lot of people think they have to put a lot of time into something that they're just not really that interested in, and that's why they struggle with it. Whether or not that's your case, I don't know. But yeah, see, I don't know. Motivation is bullshit. I'll say it again. What happened here? Did I blend two layers together? That's weird. That's super weird. That's good. I hate making maps. I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's not something I I I like making maps with tiles. I like tileable maps. I just don't like it. Weird. That might just be commission work.
That's nice. Super cool. Oops. What did I just do? What did I just do? Fair enough. Fair enough. I turned something on or moved something. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. Whenever people tip me or follow or make me do push-ups, I do push-ups. I do push-ups all the fucking time, and I love it. One kobold. You know the rules. Well, that's 100 or nothing. I gotta do the math. Man, I don't know. Eventually, I'll just do 10 push-ups for Inferno's kobold shenanigans. Or did you? More push-ups. More drinks. I will do that. Oh. All right, Candyman. We'll count that as topping off Inferno's kobolds. We'll do more push-ups. Okay. Okay, okay. Dang it. So that was going to be 105. I'll make it 106. Oh no. The kobolds are multiplying. Okay. That is the sloppiest signature I think I've ever done. I don't know if you signed my work, so I don't think it's the sloppiest one you've ever done. Okay. I think that's pretty good though. I think we'll call it there. It's 3 o'clock. Sure. Yeah, I used to pride myself on making people cry in critiques because of that. I don't like that anymore. I don't like doing it. So this saltiness today is kind of the culmination of me not doing that over the last 2 years. So I hopefully was not too harsh on you. I hope you understand why. Okay, good. I hope it helps out in the future. But yeah, I mean, learning to critique and learning not to be defensive about your art is kind of an important thing. So this is a difficult process, yeah. Yes. And that's another thing that, like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, can I get some critique on this? When really they just want to show something off. It's like, just be honest about it. If you want to show something off, show something off. Like, that's why we have an art share. Like, that's totally cool.
we're gonna go raid Sketch Waffles here. Because I said I would yesterday. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for hanging out today, everybody. I hope everybody had fun. Watching me draw weird penis monsters. I don't know what I was doing there. But it's cool. I like it. Let's tomorrow will probably just be a work day. I think I might work on some commissions, and then Friday will be the free draw. So hope we see everybody for that. Twitch is doing a weird thing, which I think they've been doing it for a long time, but nobody knew about it. I'm not sure. When we do raid, we're gonna raid Sketch Waffles here in a second. Double click the live button for her, because then it removes the tag that Twitch has been screwing up with. So it should just have her stream. Basically, we're just gonna go hang out with her stream, and I think that's important that we do actually do that. So thanks again, everybody. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. If you'd like to submit any money to the PayPal for masks, we're almost halfway there, and that's going to be awesome. And then I will, like I said, try to get those up for sale, as well as if you do want to just donate some money, just talk to me about it, and we'll make sure we can try to get you a mask. It's probably going to be like 30 or 40 bucks per mask, unless we get enough people, and then it might go down to 20. I don't know. I probably won't be able to sell them for less than 20 because of shipping and such. But we'll try to figure that out. So thanks again. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table, and we will catch everybody next time. Start the raid. Raid message. Rook raid. Rook raid. Lots of rugbies. Or just yell yeehaw. Everyone yell yeehaw. That's what I want. Yeehaw and rugbies. That's what we're raiding for. Okay, bye everybody.